On the 127th episode of the HatTrick Sports Podcast, we're going to be talking about the college football conference champions and playoffs. We have next year's 2026 World Cup. Inter Miami wins the MLS Cup. We have our Week 14 NFL Pickems and ranking the top 5 teams with the best odds to win the Super Bowl. Make sure you use code HatTrick Sports. We're checking out at w.gg for 10% off your order. Roll it. Welcome to HatTrick Sports, starring your host, Isaiah Carpenter. Bringing you the biggest sports headlines every week. This is the HatTrick Sports Podcast. We're going to start off episode 127 with some college football champions, conference champions, playoffs. Playoffs are being announced right now, right there. I don't know if you guys can see it on that TV. They will slowly start to announce the playoff bracket, and I have my predictions on here. But again, by the time this comes out, that will have already come out, and that it will be completely irrelevant. But I figured, why not talk about it? It doesn't hurt to just talk about it. First, let me look. I forgot to reload. The new AP poll came out just about an hour ago. Oh, here we go. Yep. All right, so the new AP poll came out, and Indiana jumped up to beat Georgia. It is crazy. How Georgia's kicker, or no, I'm thinking of something else. Indiana jumps up to 1. Georgia goes to number 2. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Last night's game, we'll talk more about the games last night. This is being filmed on Sunday, so all of the conference champions were played yesterday. So Indiana jumps up to 1. Georgia's at 2. Ohio State is at number 3. Dropped 2 spots in the loss to Indiana. Just a brutal loss. It was a brutal loss for Ohio State. I don't know how Ohio State misses that field goal. I get it. It's nervous, but it's also a 27-yard field goal, and you're playing for Ohio State in a conference championship. Like, what's going to happen if you have to play for a national championship? Like, that was just for the conference. That's not even for, winning the whole entire, thing. What's going to happen when you need to kick a 27-yard field goal to win the national championship, and you can't do it for a conference game? It's just wild. I get it. The nerves are there. It's just crazy. Texas Tech is at number 4. They bumped up a spot. They're at number 5 in the AP rankings. And then Oregon went down from 4 to 5. They just swapped places. Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, Notre Dame, they all stayed the same. They didn't have a game or anything. And then Miami jumped up a couple spots. So Miami is number 10 now in the AP rankings. I'm going to keep an eye on that TV just throughout the podcast to see what they announce. So Miami went up. Alabama went down a spot. BYU went down a spot. They both ended up losing their games. Alabama lost to Georgia. Again, Georgia was going to win that. Georgia destroyed that. I didn't think it was going to be like that. I thought it was going to be closer than what it was. So, yeah, they deserve to go down, even though that they say that this shouldn't have an effect on the AP poll of the game last night, but whatever. They can say whatever they want. But Indiana jumping up on top. That's the big thing of the week in the new AP polls. We have a potential playoff picture right here. Again, they're announcing it right now. By the time this comes out, it'll be set and official. But Indiana's going to be number 1. Indiana will be 1. Ohio State will probably be 2. Georgia 3. Texas Tech will probably be 4. And those will all have first-round byes. What I think will happen after that, it might get a little fishy here. So at 5, I think you might have Oregon. I think you'll have Oregon at 5. 6, Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss can stay at 6. 7, you'll have Texas A&M. And then 8, 9, 10... might be able to switch up a little bit. So Oklahoma, I think, will have that 8 seed spot. They have a great defense. I think that Oklahoma will have that 8 seed spot. But if Oklahoma gets that 9 seed spot, and whether it's Miami, Notre Dame, Alabama, whoever ends up playing Oklahoma, because I think Oklahoma will be 8 or 9, they will be there, and whoever wins that will play Indiana. Again, this is just in my kind of predictions here. So, yeah, Alabama, I think that 8, 9, and 10 could be Alabama, you could have Oklahoma, Notre Dame, Miami even. I don't think Miami should. And I think Bama, again, with the loss from Florida State earlier in the season, I think that's going to be crucial. But again, I was talking earlier, Alabama's a completely different team. And that's where it gets hard when making the playoff picture. So yeah, and this is a different playoffs than there have been in years past. There's been 4-team playoffs. There's been, what was it? I don't know. They change it every year now. But it is just crazy. Let's talk about the conference champions. So yesterday we had all the conference championship games. In the Sun Belt Championship, you have Troy playing JMU. James Madison University ended up winning 31-14. You had the Big Ten Championship. This was the big game. Ohio State, Indiana. Wild. Ohio State couldn't kick the field goal, but you have Heisman Doza now. Heisman Doza. Is he going to win Heisman? Maybe this is how you secure the Heisman. But Indiana ended up winning again, jumping up to the 1 seed. Ohio State going down to the 3 seed again might be crucial here for the playoffs. Oh, was that? I don't know what they were just showing. But yeah. So Indiana ended up winning the Big Ten Championship. You can't let that happen if you're Ohio State. Georgia, Alabama in the SEC Championship. Georgia ended up destroying. Who's that coming down the track? The big machine with the red and black. Ain't nothing finer in the land than a drunk, obnoxious Georgia fan. Dr. Seuss right here. But yeah, Georgia ended up destroying Alabama. Again, it's the 3-9 seed. Alabama was going to lose that. Alabama... Is this going to affect them in the playoffs? Potentially with how they're spotted here. Oh, man, I just want them to announce it. I wish they just announced it. I wish at like 12 o'clock noon they just release it. In the Big 12 Championship, you had BYU playing Texas Tech. Texas Tech ended up winning that. So Texas Tech will more than likely have a first-round bye. And then in the ACC Championship, you had Duke and Virginia. I thought Virginia was going to win. Virginia was favored by 3.5, 4.5 points, something like that. It ended up going into overtime, and Duke scored the touchdown. So Duke ended up winning that, which knocked Virginia down to 20. They were 17, but now they went down to 20 because of that. So yeah, college playoffs. Oh, here we go. I know you guys can't see it. They have the bracket up, but it's all blank. Indiana, live on the podcast, on the 1 seed. Indiana gets the 1 seed, first round bye. Everybody kind of knew that was happening. You are hearing this live on the podcast. I don't know. Apparently, this is supposed to be 3 hours. I don't know. I'm trying to watch football at 1 o'clock. I'm not trying to wait for all this to happen. I just wish, just release them. Do the 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, release them. So yeah, those are your conference champions. Again, the new AP poll ranking out. There's not a lot I can talk about this because, again, by the time this comes out, all that will be out and none of this will mean anything. So let's just move on to NFL Pickems. These are our Week 14 NFL Pickems. You have the Titans playing the Browns. Give me the Browns. It's being played in Cleveland. You have the Seahawks playing the Falcons. Seahawks, second favorites to win the Super Bowl. The Rams are first. We just need to have good postseason, good rest of the season, and we're there. Seahawks are there. Seahawks are playing the Falcons. I don't care if that's in Atlanta. Give me the Seahawks. You have the Colts and Jags, a little division matchup. Give me the Colts. You have the Commanders and Vikings being played in Minnesota. Give me the Vikings. You have the Bengals and Bills. It's in Buffalo. Give me the Bills. You have the Saints and Bucks, another division matchup. It's in Tampa Bay. Give me the Bucks. You have the Steelers and Ravens. Yeah, another division matchup. Give me the Ravens. The Steelers, they are not going to let go of Mike Tomlin. They need to. Steelers fans are not even starting. They realize that Mike Tomlin is not the guy for the team. I mean, 8 or 9 wins for a season consistently isn't going to do you anything. First round exits every year if you make the playoffs. If you don't, they're just always on that cusp. They need to find a way to be in the playoffs and have real contention, and they just can't do that with Mike Tomlin. So give me the Ravens. You have the Dolphins and Jets. Give me the Dolphins. You have the Broncos and Raiders. Give me the Broncos. Rams, Cardinals, division matchup. Kyler Murray is out for this season, and the Rams are Super Bowl favorites right now. So give me the Rams, but I'm hoping the Cardinals can pull an upset. The Rams lost to the Panthers last week. Pretty brutal loss. You have the Bears and Packers. Give me the Packers. Go, Pack, go. For Sunday night football, you have the Texans playing the Chiefs. I don't care that the Chiefs suck this season. I'm not going to say never. I'm not going to pick against them. It's in Kansas City. Give me the Chiefs. You have the Eagles and Chargers for Monday Night Football. Give me the Eagles. I want to see the odds of the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. The Chiefs are still up there, 17-1, plus 1,700. Wow, that is wild. That is crazy how they're still so high. They're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're ninth favorites to win the Super Bowl. That's crazy. How are the Chiefs, who are what, 6-6? Yeah. The Chiefs that are 6-6 are ninth favorites to win the Super Bowl. That's crazy to me. All right, let's talk about the World Cup. The World Cup is coming to the U.S. next summer. We have a couple months of the best soccer around the World Cup being played in North America between Mexico, Canada, the United States. In the United States, it'll be in L.A., Miami, San Francisco, New York, Atlanta, Dallas, Seattle, Boston, Philly, Kansas City. I can't wait. I cannot wait for this World Cup. But the first real big step towards the World Cup happens over the week where they pick the group stages. They have all the date sets, and it's exciting. So the tournament will kick off on June 11th, 2026 in Mexico City with a match between Mexico, the national football team, and South Africa's national football team. Soccer. It's soccer. If you're going to play in the U.S., we're going to call it soccer. Just letting y'all know that. I'm still going to call it soccer. It's in the U.S. It should be the Soccer World Cup. There'll be some other games going on that day. On June 12th, the matchup between Canada, who's in Group B, will begin in Toronto. So Canada will play on the 12th. And then the U.S. will play in Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium on June 12th as well. And that will be their first game of the tournament. It's exciting. It brings the world together and divides them a little bit. But yeah, that after the World Baseball Classic, you're telling me we have back-to-back of World Baseball Classic and World Cup? It's a great time to be alive. So yeah, the groups came out. So it'll be 12 groups of 4 teams, and the top 2 teams of each group will move on, plus the 8 best third place teams. So 2/3 of the third place of the entire tournament will also move on to the rounds of 32, and that will be the knockout rounds. So from the group stage, there'll be 72 matches total, and so the knockout format with more matches than previous World Cups. What else do I want to talk about here? There's some other stuff I wanted to talk about. Yeah, there's some drama with the trophy and stuff. But yeah, it's the group stage. What are the group stage? What are the teams in each group stage? I know the U.S. has a pretty light one, I'm pretty sure. It's not scripted of how the group stage is laid out, but it's pretty it's heavily influenced, I think. Yeah, the U.S. is with Paraguay, Australia, and then either Turkey, Romania, Slovakia, or Kosovo. I don't know. I'm not cultured. Yeah, hopefully the U.S. can get far. They went a few years ago. They went pretty far. They went further than everybody thought. Ronaldo ended up winning that a few years ago. Portugal? No, Argentina. Was it Argentina? Who won the World Cup? Who won the last World Cup? Argentina. Argentina beat France. That's right. That was a few years ago. I mean, I was thinking about a few years ago, and I was like, oh, yeah, it's going to be forever till the next one, and it's already here. Same thing with the World Baseball Classic. Like, I love these, world tournaments. I don't know. I'm a huge fan of them. In the last group, you have England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. Argentina, Group J will be a big one to watch. Argentina, Austria, Algeria, and Jordan. In Group K, you have Portugal, Colombia, Uzbekistan, and then either DR Congo, Jamaica. I don't even know how to pronounce these countries' names. But yeah, it's exciting. I'm excited for the World Cup. It's finally starting to happen. We're starting to see steps towards it. And yeah, I'm very excited, especially in the U.S. We have our own time zones now. It's going to be exciting. Hopefully the U.S. can go far. I don't think they'll be good as they were last tournament, but, you never know. You never know. And speaking of soccer, we don't always talk about soccer here on the podcast, but I actually do know a little bit about soccer. Little did you know, World Cup and then MLS. The MLS Cup has officially concluded, and Inter Miami ended up winning. And then we have former guest Andrew Siegel walking into the house. For you guys that remember, Andy Siegel was on the podcast a couple years ago. But anyway, before I was rudely interrupted, I'm just kidding. Inter Miami ended up winning the MLS Cup. Messi, I hate Messi. I hate Inter Miami. I like Orlando City all the way. But Orlando City, first round exits. Inter Miami, the team, I can't speak. I'm a Dodgers fan, and I can't talk about teams spending all the money and stuff. But Inter Miami buys all of their players from Argentina. Again, I know people are going to come after me. Dodgers buy all the Japanese guys. I get it. I hate Inter Miami. You can't change my mind. I'll always be an Orlando City fan. But yeah, everybody's talking about, Messi or Ronaldo, and this brought up a good point. Why do we have to choose either Messi or Ronaldo? Why can't we just appreciate both, and then once their careers are done, then we can choose it? Just want to talk about that. Orlando City, next year's our year. Let's talk about Major League Baseball. Miguel Rojas, he's an old man now. Originally signed with the Dodgers, went to Miami for, 12 years, and then is back with the Dodgers. Just re-signed with the Dodgers for a 1-year, $5.5 million deal, and this will be his last season of his career. Miguel Rojas was a big part of the Dodgers World Series run last year, or this year, I guess. But this contract's good. He gets to go off on his own terms, and then he will be helping with player development while also assisting the Dodgers front office in 2027. So it's kind of like what I thought Kershaw was going to do. Kershaw said that he wouldn't be in the front office or anything, but Miguel Rojas, it sounds like he's going to get into this manager kind of slowly starting to become a manager. He's going to be a player manager, I think, later down the future in a few years, and I think this is good first steps, announcing, going out on his own terms, and then helping the Dodgers with player development and all of that. So good for the Dodgers, good for Miguel Rojas. Again, big part of how the Dodgers playoff run went this postseason, and I'm excited. I'm glad he didn't go somewhere else. I hate seeing guys like Rojas and those guys kind of leave, so I'm glad he stayed with the Dodgers. And it's a cheap deal for the Dodgers. $5.5 million, it's like $5 to the average person. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the top 5 teams with the best odds to win the Super Bowl. You come up across this stuff, and you see the Seattle Seahawks at number 2, and you'd love to see it. We'll start at number 5, though. At number 5, you have the Broncos. They're at plus 1,000 odds to win the Super Bowl, but they're not going to win because the Seahawks are going to win. But they had a great season, comeback season. Early in the season, everybody thought hey, they just had a few good games. No, they've been consistent throughout this season, and they've been really good. At number 4, you have the Packers. The Packers are at plus 950. I don't see the Packers making it far in the playoffs at all. I think they're kind of frauds. And I think they just kind of have an easy division. At number 3, make a podium, you have the Buffalo Bills. The Bills, I've been high on the Bills winning the Super Bowl for the last few seasons, but they always lose to the Chiefs. Not much you can do. You just run into the Chiefs every year, and you always lose. So that's what's going to happen. And then at number 2, snubs. We all know first is the worst, second is the best. You have the Seattle Seahawks, plus 700 odds to win the Super Bowl. We have that competition this year. If Sam Darnold can be good, JSN can be good, and the defense can be good, we have the Legion of Boom all over again. Did we not see last week against the Vikings? It's amazing. But the Seahawks are at plus 700 odds, and they're going to win the Super Bowl. And then another NFC West team, you have the Rams. They are the highest odds to win the Super Bowl this season, plus 450. But they're not, because the Seahawks are going to beat them in their own division. If you lose to the Panthers, you can't win the Super Bowl. Rules. That's just what the rules say. All right, that is going to wrap it up for the 127th episode of the HatTrick Sports Podcast. Thank you all for listening. You can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube for all the visuals. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Go to shophattricksports.com. Get the best merch ever. And we'll see you guys next week for episode 128.